This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. You find me in unfamiliar territory with this one. That, in case you don't know, is the solo from the 1974 Kiss song 100,000 Years. I believe it came from their debut album. And Kiss, I gotta be honest with you, are not a band that have ever really been on my radar. Never really got into them and can't really say I'm that familiar with anything more than just the obvious things, you know. I was made for loving you and all that sort of stuff. And just never really got into them, but I did get a request from a viewer of the channel to do that particular solo, so I thought, why not? I'll give it a go, and I think I got close enough, you know, close enough for rock and roll, as they say. Anyway, let's take a little bit of a look at what's going on in the solo.
Solo explanation.
Okay, let's talk about what we got going on here then. The original recording is drop-tuned down a semitone to E flat, but I've just done this in standard tuning because, well, you know, it saves messing around retuning, doesn't it? The accompaniment we're playing over is basically, for the most part, an E minor pentatonic riff has kind of a shuffle-based kind of triplet-y kind of groove like this. Like that. And then we go into, there's a G power chord, down to an F power chord, and then back into the riff. And then back to the G, F kind of thing like that. Interesting chord, that F. It's sort of suggesting a little bit of Phrygian kind of exoticness. So that's kind of what's going on in the accompaniment. The solo, well, the bulk of the first part of it takes place with just a couple of string bends. It's harmonised, as you saw in that demonstration, and you've got one guitar basically thinking in terms of E minor pentatonic, doing this string bend here, and then another guitar part doing this string bend here. Like that, okay? So that's effectively, I won't bend two strings at once, I'll try and do this with slides, so you're getting something that's kind of giving you that kind of harmony. And then after a couple of bars of that, we basically do the same thing again, but we start thinking in terms of quarter note triplets, so it becomes on one guitar, and then we do eighth note triplets for a couple of bars. Then, you know, meanwhile keeping that harmony the same the other guitar part's doing. Like that. Then we actually start venturing outside the pentatonic at this point for a little moment or two. We've got this, this is where the harmony part ends. We've got this descending E natural minor scale run, which is, you know, using the notes of G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, G, A and G, and then D and E. So it's, again, phrased in triplets. Like that. And that takes us into the point where we've got these power chords coming in, the G5 and the F5. And we have a really clever little rhythmic trick here, a little bit of rhythmic displacement, a polyrhythm, call it what you will. The way I chose to play this was using the open B string as a pedal tone, and we're going between the 3rd fret like that, and the 8th fret like that. You could play it up here like this, using, there's the B note there, the D is there on the 12th fret, and the 8th fret note there, that G is there. But it just seemed more intuitive to me to play it down here like this. And that little part that I've just played there, 1, 2, 3, 4 notes, that is the cleverness of it, because it's being played, it's a group of 4 notes, but played rhythmically in groups of 3. So you're thinking 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So you get 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a, and so on for a couple of bars. And this note here, this high G note, is the note that sort of leaps out at you because it's the highest note in that little group. And, you know, it occurs in a different place in relation to the beat each time, because you're dividing each beat by 3, but you're playing a 4-note lick over the top of it. So just watch where this is coming, okay, this G note. So you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and See what I mean? It's landing on the 2, it's landing on the and of 3, and it's landing on the and of 4. That's a clever little phrasing trick. It's known, you know, as rhythmic displacement or a polyrhythm. And we keep coming back to that little part there. You know, I think it does it 3 times in the solo. And it's interspersed with, the first time we play a little E minor blues lick, blues scale lick, based around the, you know, just the E minor pentatonic, but we're using the flat 5 note there, the B flat, which goes... then back to... Then the second sort of answer to that part, again, it uses a little bit of rhythmic displacement. We're going the other way this time. We're using groups of 2 notes. It's only 2 notes, the G note here and the D note here, root and 5th of a G chord, or, you know, minor 3rd and flat 7th of the E minor. And basically what we're doing is, see, you're basically going 1 and 2 and like that. So you're getting a group of 2 notes played rhythmically to groups to a rhythm that's dividing each beat by 3. Like that. Again, it gives it that sort of slightly offset, lopsided kind of feel that is, you know, makes it sound interesting, basically. And then you're back to that whole kind of, it's basically a G major arpeggio, this. Because you're getting your root there, your 3rd there, and your 5th there. It goes back to that again, and then just abruptly ends the solo at that point. So, what can we learn from this? Well, you know, a very simple little pentatonic harmony thing. Like that. Okay, bend that note in this pattern of the pentatonic scale, and it will harmonise with this bend in the same pattern. But another way you can look at that is, you know, quick little harmony technique with any pentatonic scale thing is go to the next but one pattern up and do the same move. So this is pattern 1 of the pentatonic. Okay, and we're bending that note there, the 2nd note on the 3rd string. Then after pattern 1 you get pattern 2. And then the next but one up from pattern 1 is pattern 3. So if I bend the 2nd note on the 3rd string, that will harmonise beautifully with the 2nd note on the 3rd string from the pattern 1. So you can harmonize anything you do in pattern 1 of the pentatonic, you can harmonize by doing the equivalent moves in pattern 3 of the pentatonic. And I could have played that there like that, but it just felt easier to do it on this part of the neck here. But that is a cool little harmony technique that you can use there. Then, dividing the beat by a specific number, like 3, which, we've got that kind of triplet-y kind of feel going throughout this solo. Dividing the beat by 3 and then playing a repetitive lick based on a number of notes that isn't 3, that will automatically give you like that sort of displaced polyrhythmic kind of feel to you. Gary Moore used to do this all the time. Another great solo, which I may tackle at some point, is the guitar solo, that long Dickie Betts solo from Jessica by the Allman Brothers. There's loads of that going on in there as well. So there you go. There's just a few little pointers and a bit of a summary of what's going on in the solo from 100,000 Years by Kiss. Have some fun with it. And as always, there is a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing the solo and that explanation you've just seen there, and a jam track to play along with. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is, as always, in the description. It's $3 or £2.50 a month, and you get access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos that I do. A massive, massive heartfelt thank you to everybody who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below. And that is pretty much the video for today, folks. Hope you found it useful and informative in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday 5 PM UK time, where we just basically have a beer and a chat. Usually we talk about music and guitars or whatever, any topic can and usually does come up. It's a fantastic way to kick off the weekend, and I would love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.